So here we are in the very first week of a new year, and we're going to talk about all sorts of things. Memories of New Year's Eve past, some folks who passed who are made me very sad, and some of the things that we are looking forward to in 2023. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another episode of It Would Seem As Though.
It would seem as though.
Okay, it's me. I'm back.
And it's me, and this week I will know who I am, as opposed to last week where I thought I was you, I guess.
And every word you said was wrong. I don't know.
No, I don't know what was happening. I think I was either having a stroke or I was drunk.
All that drinking, catching up.
I know. Well, all that Diet Coke, the bubbles have gone directly to my head. I'm not sure what happened.
Your hair, talk about airhead, bitch. Your full brain is just one bubble at this point.
Right. But here we are for another week of It Would Seem As Though, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing.
Mostly nothing.
I'm Vesta.
I'm Annika. And we're talking about New Year's.
Happy New Year! Because, Happy New Year. It's a new year. It's a new... it's funny to me that such a fuss is made about New Year's. And it's like all these things are going to happen and we're done with last year. We're starting to... It's really just another day. It's such an arbitrary thing to me. I started thinking about that when I was pretty young. How it's just another day. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is technically a new year on a calendar. And...
Well, this is what I will say, right? Any day is just another day.
Yeah.
Christmas is just another day. Your birthday is just another day.
Hang on.
You heard me, bitch.
Hang on.
You heard me. If Jesus' birthday is just another day, then your birthday.
I'm sorry, but Jesus' birthday would be in April.
Listen, Jesus' birthday is December 25th. I don't know if you know that. I learned that in the good book. Anyway, but yeah, I do think that, like, my brain works on, like fresh start, kind of like, oh, we'll start tomorrow, or we'll start Monday, right? That, it helps me just with my little neurodivergence to help keep it on track. But I mean, I don't understand why people put so much stock into it. If you're like, we're going to start on New Year's, fine. We're going to do this on New Year's, or in this new year, we're looking for this. But I just think a lot of it is silly, and a lot of it is... people don't stick to anything they want to do in the new year, ever.
Well, no, I mean, there's also so many, like, superstitions.
Yeah.
Like, whatever you're doing at midnight on New Year's Eve is what you'll be doing for the next year. Have you ever heard that one?
No, but sleeping? So I'll be sleeping for the next year?
Yeah, you're going to sleep for the... You will be Sleeping Beauty.
What a dream, girl.
Know, right?
I have been waiting for this day to come.
I know. That would be lovely.
Uh-huh.
So I remember one year when I was working at the bar and hosting New Year's. I usually hosted New Year's because, you know, I'm the best hostess of all of the hostesses. Sorry, rest of the hostesses.
Sorry.
But, I mean, actually, it's because I'd been doing it the longest and whatever. And legend, icon. What are they going to do? So, it was after I met my husband. And so at New Year's Eve, stroke of midnight, he came up on stage, which, you know him. He does not want to be the center of attention.
Ever.
But I was all, I'm going to be, like, smacking lips with you at midnight because I want to be doing that for the next year.
Yeah.
Because if there's anything to this
if there's any
ridiculous superstition, I'm going to be signing up for that.
The only thing you do all year is kiss your husband. I mean...
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
So here we are, 20 years later.
I know.
We just had our 21st New Year's Eve together.
That's crazy, too.
It is crazy. It is crazy because many things. I mean, when I met my husband, I had just turned 40. And he had just turned 21. And...
Regular.
Yeah. And so nobody thought this would work.
Nope.
Everyone's like, he's a child.
Yep.
Except he wasn't. He was already an old man.
Yes.
I mean, he had lived through it.
Girl,
he had been through the shit.
Your husband, by the time he was 21, was literally like a 55-year-old man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we've always joked about that.
Yep.
So, it's just funny because throughout our marriage, people have often thought that we were close to the same age because he looks older. Mm-hmm. I look younger. I mean, now that I'm much older... I think it's probably people can see, but now that he's so gray, he's got that long gray Santa Claus beard.
Well, and also just like your guys' not temperament, but like he is just an old man and you are always kind of a little more crazy.
crazy.
Oh,
Right?
wild.
He is. If there was ever anybody who was going to stand on the front porch and yell, "Get off my lawn," it would be him.
Yep, I know.
Yeah. I mean, and that was at 21. He still would have done it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you think about it, he grew up really fast because he had to.
Yep.
And so he just kind of aged out. Because most 21-year-old men I would have had nothing to do with because they're all children.
Yes.
You know, their brains haven't finished developing.
No.
They think that, dating is a big fun game.
When I was 21, I didn't want to date a 21-year-old. Do you know
No.
what I mean?
No.
Ugh. So yeah, I couldn't imagine dating a 21-year-old now. I feel like infant, go away.
Right.
Go back to nursery school.
Exactly. And so that's one of the things why I think it's just so funny that when we first got together, people were talking so much mad shit about me being a cradle robber and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, he's 19 years younger than me. But we're virtually the same age, although I think I'm younger.
Yeah, I think you are as well. And it's not like that creepy thing where, like, you've known him your whole life and then said you were in love with him.
No.
Which, that has happened.
Yes, that's weird. I'm sorry, Woody Allen.
No, it's just so gross to me.
It
Anyway.
was gross.
But yeah, so yeah, happy 21st New Year's Eve for you and your husband.
And here's how exciting our New Year's Eve was.
Okay.
It was fun because you and Gavin were here and we played
I was
games.
not here on New Year's Eve. Remember? I did not come over.
Oh, that's right. You didn't come.
Mhm,
Oh, that's
it was-
right, because you're a loser.
Yeah, it was you and the family
I
in Astra.
forgot.
I know.
I mean, it was
What?
like you were here because I hardly noticed when you are here. So.
Wow.
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 No, you did not. You were not here.
No,
that was
it
a lie.
not. Yeah.
I forgot. Well, because y'all were here for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we talked like every day between then and now. It seems like no, Astra came over and we ate a bunch of delicious junk food and played a bunch of games. So we played. I got 2 new games for Christmas. One of them was called Smartass.
Okay.
Which, for the group that was here, that seemed very appropriate.
Right.
But it wasn't at all about being a smartass. It was just like who was smartest, because it was like trivia kind of stuff. And Astra won. Also, probably because she's the biggest smartass. So
Yeah,
that worked.
that probably
and then we play, what's it, Linky?
Okay.
Which is, there's 4 questions, and it's like somehow the 4 answers will be all linked together by something.
Yeah, right.
You know, like they named 4 presidents, and it was Mount Rushmore.
Right, okay.
Or one of them, this is the one that totally threw me, because the answer to each question was Rocky. Like the Rocky Mountains, Rocky Marciano, the boxer, whatever. And the answer was Rocky 4. And I'm all...
Oh. Okay.
What?
Stupid.
That's not things they have in common.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
But they were just linked.
I guess.
Well, sure.
I guess.
Math.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway.
So, and then I was in bed, I don't know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I was asleep before midnight,
Yes.
but at midnight, I was awakened when there was a fucking fireworks show going on in my backyard, it looked like.
Okay.
Literally, my whole room was lighting up. I have blackout curtains.
Yep.
And I was like, my room looked like there was a light show going on, but it was also super duper loud because it was, of course, all the illegal fireworks. But I wake up with a start, and I'm like, what is happening? And I reach over, and T's not in bed because he's getting ready for bed or something. But it was like, what the hell? And it was so loud and so bright, and it went on forever.
Yep.
And I was like, if that doesn't wake up the children, that'll be a miracle. It did not.
Crazy.
They slept right through it.
Your children.
So I don't know. But I was like...
No,
but I then felt like the old crabby old bitch that I was like, knock it off!
Yeah.
Turn that down!
Shut the hell up! Yeah, no, I was in bed early because I had work New Year's Day. So, I mean, I didn't really do anything. I ate a hamburger, and then I was, like, catatonic. So I was just, like, laid out on the couch with, like, my shirt up, and I was pregnant. I was, like, belching every 3 seconds.
Did you have your hand down your pants? Like,
Yeah, holding a cold one, smoking a
what's
cigarette.
his name?
I don't know.
Bundy.
Oh, Al.
Al.
Mhm.
Al Bundy.
Yeah, it was very attractive.
I'm glad you
It was-
didn't say Ted. That would be the
Ted-
wrong
like
Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Yeah.
That would be the wrong Bundy.
It was very Ted Bundy on New Year's
Right, I
Eve.
killed several people. And,
Yeah,
but
but
lured
it-
them into my van and then killed them.
Right, exactly. It was just, it was very chill. But again, New Year's I don't really care about. I don't go out ever. Here's the thing. I don't like to go
Oh,
out
no.
on holidays that are like amateur drinking hour, where everyone who just turned 21 is going to go rage at bars or whatever. That is not my scene. I don't drink, so I don't want to go and be around like drunk children.
It's funny that you say that about amateur hour. When working in the bar, the queens always refer to 2 nights specifically as amateur night, and that's Halloween and New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Because Halloween is where you have all these people who are going to come out and drag for the first time, and they're going to think they're all hot shit and whatever. And New Year's Eve, it's going to be people who probably don't ordinarily come out and drink, or the young people, whatever, and they're going to get all blasted and not even know how to behave. And it's just irritating.
Yep.
One of the New Year's Eves when I worked at the bar, it was very funny. So the bar that I used to work at, the Embers, which has been closed now for 5 years.
5 years?
5 years, yeah. And they've allegedly been getting ready to do something to it for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's there it sits being covered with graffiti and
it's cute.
whatever. A lot of people don't know that for a brief period, they opened up the second floor.
Okay.
And it was, of course, against all, safety codes and whatever. Because 1, it wasn't finished. And 2, there was only one exit down the stairway.
Yeah.
And it was like,
well,
and
just put, like,
there's
fire
also,
poles.
of course, the elevator, but it's a service elevator, not, for people's.
No.
Other than I got to ride in it because I was old and I was like, I ain't walking up and down the stairs all night to do my show, so they gave me a key to the elevator.
I love that.
But, so we're upstairs and it is packed because it's New Year's Eve. And the upstairs is packed, and we had a little stage, which was cute. Well, it's actually a pretty good, decent size stage, bigger than the one on the main floor, was always there. But our dressing room was, you had to go from the stage, you went off the side into what looked like a bombed out building from World War II.
Yeah.
Because it was like rubble.
Oh,
there was
my
like
God.
bricks and whatever, and you had to walk over some of the rubble to get off the stage and into the dressing room.
Safe.
The only reason that show is memorable to me was I remember a couple of funny things happening. One was one of the queens, when she was performing, is doing this very big grand gesture, flips her head back in her hair, boop, falls right off her head, but lands flat on the stage like in this, looked like an upside down turtle.
Yep.
Because it was solid with hairspray.
Of course.
I probably thunked when it hit the stage.
Could have
And
killed
one
someone.
of the other girls was doing high kicks and her shoe flew across the room. So funny stuff.
Yeah, cute.
And somebody else fell over the rubble.
Love it.
But because, of course, the queen's doing the show, other than myself, completely drunk.
Yeah.
So, but whatever. And thank God there was nothing that happened. There was no emergencies, because if all those drunk people trying to get out of the building,
no, thank you.
No. One of the most memorable New Year's Eves to me was 1999.
It's my same one.
Just because, of course, everyone thought the world was coming to an end.
Yep.
And so what did we do? We had a slumber party. Me and... Was it 4 14-year-olds?
I believe so.
Because it was
like
you
that.
and Charisma.
And Brianna and Michaela? I think so,
I think so.
So
Was Ashley also there?
Probably. So my 2 sisters, my cousin, my best friend, and me.
Yeah. And your grandmother.
And grandma, yeah.
And sat up, telling stories, being silly.
Playing games.
One of my... Oh, and of course it's Stroke of Midnight. Nothing happened.
Right, but we hit hands, girl. We shouted outside. We went crazy. Yeah.
Well, because one of the things that we did when I was a child at the Stroke of Midnight, because it was the only night we were ever allowed to stay up that late.
Yeah.
Stroke of Midnight, you'd go outside with pots and pans, bang them together, make as much noise as you could, and then, of course, we lived so far out in the country, no one cared.
No.
I mean, the cows probably were going, what is that noise?
What the fuck are you doing?
Well, the rooster's like,
what time is it?
Am I supposed to be making? No,
Yeah.
Now it's just crazy people? Okay. But, we were all waiting for the, planes fall out of the sky and computers to stop working. Nothing happened.
Technology just ruined.
A damn thing.
Yeah.
Other than I had a really good time being silly with a bunch of teenagers.
It was fun, yeah.
One of the games that we played, which is a game I learned when I was a kid, was Murder. Do you remember that?
Yep.
So the way you play Murder is you turn off all the lights, but you have a candle in the middle of the circle. So you sit in a circle, and you hand out cards, and you designate which card is going to be the murder card.
Yeah.
And if you get the murder card, you obviously are the murderer. And you murder people by winking at them. But you have to be sly. You have to do it in a way that everybody doesn't see you do it.
Yeah.
But it also has to be obvious enough that the person you're trying to kill sees you doing it.
Yeah.
And then if somebody's like, I know the murderer is Annika, and you're right, the game ends and you win.
Yeah.
But if you're wrong, you die.
You die. Mm-hmm.
So I think that life should be kind of like, if you wrongly accuse someone, you just die.
You just die. I remember playing that game, and I can't wink very well, so I just pursed my lips at everyone.
Everyone's like, is she wanting to kiss me?
Is she actually wanting to kill me? Yeah, right? Yep, I remember
What
that.
is happening?
I know. She's playing the game wrong.
The first time I played it was with a group of kids from church.
Oh.
Because as you well know, growing up, I went to church 70 or 80 times a week.
Yep.
Yeah. Because we went to morning service, evening service, and Wednesday night Bible study.
Mm.
But also we did church camp in the summer, vacation Bible school, and any other fucking thing that came up. I was Jesus up to my eyebrows.
Yeah, girl.
You know.
You were a warrior for Jesus.
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God. I keep seeing these commercials that are like, you know, it used to be that we gathered as a family, and then people started drifting apart because people had differences of opinions and blah, blah, blah. And now, you know who had differences of opinions but stayed with his family? Jesus.
Jesus?
So, put the Jesus in us. Ugh. Puke.
Okay, I have to tell you something. I was driving on my way here this morning there, because I wasn't at my house. I didn't walk the 10 feet. On my way here, there was a billboard, and it said...
I'm glad there wasn't a billboard in my backyard.
Yeah.
You're walking from your house to my house
like,
going,
oh, that's new.
Who put up a billboard in our backyard?
But it's like, who created Jesus? Or said something around on that line. And then someone had spray painted over it, suck my cock. And I was like, that is the greatest...
that doesn't answer the question,
but you know, maybe if Mary would have just sucked a cock.
Oh, what? How
Sorry.
dare you?
I know, I'm talking shit about...
You're so irreverent.
Jesus
That's
and
blasphemy.
Mary. And her true husband, God, who's also her son. I don't know. Life is complicated.
What?
Like, I had this whole I had this discussion yesterday whether Jesus would be fully a god or a demigod. Because there's belief that he's like, oh, he's just like God. He is God. But I'm like, but his mom's a human. I'm sorry, that Hercules was part God. He wasn't a full god. So then it became semantics, and I said, no, he's barely a god. But whatever.
Well, but he did have magical powers.
Right, but he was also birthed of a woman, not birthed of another god. You know what I mean? Because a god who has a god and a god, when they get together and have a baby, would be a god, right? Makes sense.
Or a goddess.
Right. A deity. But if a
deity.
human and a god have a baby, that's like every hero in mythology. They're just a demigod. They're just like half god. But in Catholic...
Well, wouldn't he technically be a third of a god because he's part of that whole Holy Trinity nonsense?
Well, and it depends on what you believe, right? Some people believe that they're all actually one and the same, and some people believe they're distinct entities, like he is genuinely the Son. But if he is genuinely the Son, then he'd be half of God and half of human.
And he would also be his own father?
Right. So, what? Christians, you're getting real kinky, and it's weird.
Right.
Anyway. Right? See? now you're spinning.
Well, I wish I would have thought of that argument when I went to church.
Yeah, right?
Because I used to think of all the other arguments, because it would be like, so if God created everyone in his image, and people are born the way they are, then how can it be a sin to be gay?
Pick a thing.
Pick a thing. Because if we're created in his image and God makes no mistakes, blah, 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 then you can't preach against somebody who is just the way they are.
Right.
And they're like, well, nobody is born gay. No, they are.
No, you're right. They're just turned gay, just like you were turned straight.
Right? Like, and you try to use that logic on people, and they're like, well, but that's because it's normal to be straight.
Yeah. People are dumb.
So nobody had to turn you straight? No, because that's the default setting.
Default. I love that. I love that when humans think that everyone is homogenous and there's a default setting for all people.
Right. And then there's the people who just can't get with the program and follow the proper settings and,
Yeah. I get you. Anyway.
I did want to talk about a few people who passed, because I do that. I think it's because I'm old.
Yeah.
It's like I don't read the obituaries, but I have to talk about dead people.
You're just like obsessed with death.
Well, there's just a couple kind of people who are important.
Yeah.
Who passed recently. One of the ones that made me actually genuinely sad was Anita Pointer from the Pointer Sisters.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because now there's only one Pointer sister left. Because there were originally 4.
Okay.
And Bonnie, Ruth, Anita, and June. And Bonnie left the group in the 70s to be a disco queen.
Love it.
Had her 2 hit songs.
Go for her.
And that was all. And she passed, 8 years ago?
Okay.
And then June struggled with drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
And she passed in 2020. And then Anita, they said she had pneumonia, I believe, and passed just recently, last week.
Yeah.
But so now it's just Ruth.
But, damn it, Ruth.
And so what she can do is travel as the Pointer sister.
She's going to have holograms of her other
Pointer's
sisters.
sister. Holograms. Yeah.
Hologram. I need to stop you for a second because your daughter just texted me 5 minutes ago and said, I love you, with an emoji with heart eyes and an emoji with a kissy face.
Aww.
I know. Why are you not learning?
Right, you should be in class right now, not playing on your watch phone.
Yeah, texting your sister.
Thingy.
But okay, like you too, babe.
Well, it's funny. I've texted her multiple times. She has yet to text me back. You, on the other hand, she's like, I love you. Wow. Children.
What can I say?
They both got smartwatches.
Yeah.
But, they only have a small list of people they can talk to on their
and they're
smartwatch.
specifically for children, right? Like
Yes.
they're for kids.
Yes. Yeah. So I get things saying, they're out of their boundary area, or they're in school, or their watch has this much of a charge left, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I can keep track of them. Which, I love that.
Yeah, right?
Barbara Walters passed.
Really?
Yeah, she was 700 years old last week. Yeah.
I don't think I heard that. I think this is all news to me.
She died when she finally just laid down.
Bitch, stop. After she saw her reflection, she was like, oh.
Well, she thought she was watching The Crypt Keeper, and it turns out she was looking in a mirror, and it scared her to death.
And she laid down. I need to lay down.
And she laid down, and her body was like, finally!
And I'm Baba Wawa.
And that was that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 93 years old. Barbara Walters, listen, she changed the face of news. She was the first woman on a major network.
Love it.
So, love her.
Good thought. Good job. Good thought.
Yeah.
Good
I love
job,
the
Miss
ridiculous
Foodswan.
question. She was, if you were a tree, what kind of... Who wants to be a tree?
Bitch, I know.
I would be a shade tree of some sort. I throw shade at myself.
Shocking.
Vivienne Westwood.
I did know that.
Yeah.
That is very sad.
Revolutionary designer. What's funny is I was listening to Trixie and Katya's podcast, and Trixie was like, or Katya was like, I thought she died in the 70s.
Yeah.
So I was surprised she was still alive.
Yeah.
So,
I gotta...
one of the people who, just an athlete, and it's like, not that I care about athletes, but Pele was a Brazilian. He's from Brazil. Became a very famous soccer star in the 70s and 80s, and he became a legend.
Yeah.
Because he was amazing. But he also really brought soccer. I mean, he didn't physically bring soccer to America, but he's the one that brought it, kind of made it so that people cared about soccer.
Sure.
Because he was so amazing. And he was 82.
Okay. Wow.
But the big one, Georgia Holt died.
Really?
Cher's mom. Yeah, she was 96.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
When did she die?
She just died. She just died last week.
Oh my god.
I was very sad about that. Georgia Holt's amazing.
Yeah.
First of all, and I'm sure she had a little work done.
Sure.
But for 96, she still looked like she was maybe 60.
Yeah, she looked
She looked
great.
my age.
And not like she was carved out of cream cheese.
No,
Yeah.
she did not. She,
stunning.
But I think yes, Cher's had a lot of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Okay.
But Georgia Holt and Cher and her sister, Cher's sister, whose name is escaping me at this moment, all look amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there's something in those genes
Yes,
there.
girl.
Yeah. And Georgia Holt did, I want to say she recorded her album in the late 80s.
Okay.
But it wasn't released until in the 2000s.
Really?
Because it got recorded, but then it never got released, and so it just got kind of put on a shelf. And then Cher released it.
I love that.
Because she's like, we might as well do it. She found it in her garage.
How funny.
In Georgia's garage. She's like,
Georgia's garage is
release
probably
this.
just like another mansion. Do you know what I mean? It's not
I'm
actual
sure.
just a
Her
garage.
garage is like the size of my entire house.
Yeah, and it's like furnished. There's carpet. It's different.
But she and Cher sound almost the same when they sing.
Really?
It's crazy, yeah. So, if you have never heard it, look her up.
Yeah. That's so sad.
Gurgle it.
Well, and also, you gave birth to one of, like, the greatest stars ever,
Yeah.
you know? Cher, everyone knows who fucking Cher is.
Well, yeah.
Literally everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good on you, Georgia.
Yeah. So, 96.
Damn.
Single mom, raised two amazing daughters. So,
Do we know who Cher's dad was? No, not at all. Just some random.
I think somewhere along the way, that it has been talked about, but
no one cares.
what was interesting is for years, Cher talked about being French, I believe, and indigenous. Turns out she was neither.
Oh. Interesting. What is she? Do we know?
Armenian. I
Okay.
think.
Oh,
I want to say.
Okay.
I don't remember. And maybe
it.
she is French, but I know that it turns out she was not indigenous. So her singing songs like Half Breed then turned into being problematic songs.
Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, yeah. What?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have
You don't
anything
know?
to say.
Well, you have nothing to say?
Nothing.
Well, that's going to be problematic since we have another 35 minutes to fill.
I never have anything to say. Literally.
That is true. You're so quiet.
Quiet,
and you're just
demure.
like, people go, gosh, I wish that girl would say something. She's so beautiful. Why doesn't she speak?
That's why. Because I'm just too pretty.
Much prettier if I just keep my mouth
Yes,
shut.
girl.
Because I open my mouth and then all this vitriol falls
Listen.
out. And people are like, she's a bitch.
We've said it once or twice, but I think I'm going to die by saying something really funny at the wrong time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in moments where I'm unsure, maybe I just should not.
That's probably the safest bet.
That's my New Year's
One day
resolution.
you're going to be like, this is hilarious. I'm going to say it and someone's going to kill you.
Yep,
You know?
someone's going to be like, what'd you say to me?
What'd you say?
Oh,
What you said to
it
me?
was funny. Just kidding.
No, I was talking to someone else.
Giggle.
Anyone else?
Yep, anyone?
Them.
Taylor? Yep.
I was on my phone. I was on my watch phone.
Yep. Beep, boop, 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 boop. And I don't even have it.
It's embedded in my wrist.
Yeah.
Honest, I promise.
Future.
It's new technology.
I'm from the future. Yeah. Anyway.
So, resolutions.
I don't care. I think that it's silly. Again, for me, this is where I'm like, why did we wait until the beginning of the year to start a resolution?
Why do you wait to the beginning of the week to start a diet?
Well, but
All people who diet, all people, and I'm
Yeah.
going to use that, all people, it's probably not true,
Sure.
but it feels true.
Look.
Most people say, well, on Monday,
Well, and I just talked about that because I said that it is helpful for me to be like, I'm going to start doing this tomorrow or this, because everyone's like, well, why wait tomorrow to do it today? Because that's not how my fucking brain works, and that's how I'm going to do it. But I don't understand the whole resolution.
do what I want.
Right. But you wait until the first of the year to have a resolution, and then you don't follow it. Because it's typically like, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to eat better, or whatever. Something silly like that. That's so often, because gyms get flooded at this time of year.
Yes.
And then 2 weeks later, no one's there anymore.
Right, which is great for the gyms because they've then sold all those memberships that you have to keep paying on.
Yep, or you have to cancel it, which is a fee.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
But
think...
you know, I'm going to jump on that for just a second. Because one of the things that really pisses me off is on Facebook or any social media, really, when that happens, you get the regular gym rats talking shit about the fat people who are like, oh, here they come, those New Year's resolutions, blah, blah, you know, and talk mad shit about them. Well, yeah, probably 90% of them won't stick with it, but some will.
Yeah.
And why discourage that?
And you talking that much shit just lets your friends or people in your life that who aren't gym rats, who maybe are bigger bodied people, know that they just can't tell you things or trust you. You know?
Right.
And
I think that's the bigger thing. They know they can't trust you.
Yep. And so it's like, who cares if you're gonna like make a stranger feel bad? Like, good job. But you have friends who are bigger body people or fat people, or like, and this goes for anything. Telling a racist joke but not around your racist or your like black friends, like they're still gonna hear that you said a racist fucking joke, you know? And so, yeah, who cares how you fuck up a stranger, I guess, but the people in your life also hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't ever make New Year's resolutions.
Me either.
Because I know that I'm not going to keep it.
No.
And I don't care.
And again, if I want to do something or start something, then I just do it. You know, like, I don't know. I don't feel... when I was younger, it used to be easier to like, oh, I'm going to wait to do this, right? Because that's how you did it. But now I'm just like, I don't care. My only thing this year is like, I graduate. You know what I mean? And like, that's the one thing that I'm like super looking forward to.
Yeah, but it's not really a resolution. You're just doing it.
Yeah. So it's not...
You have that drive to finish school and then to retire.
Yes, girl. And then just to take a nap.
To somehow get enough money magically that you can just go, well, now I'm just going to volunteer my time to people who interest me.
That's it.
Which is about 2 people.
Not for the needy, but just for people who interest me.
I'm sorry, needy people, you do not interest me.
No, I'm really sorry.
Bye.
But I gotta go help these fun people.
They're at least interesting.
Yeah.
You're just needy.
Yeah.
Needy's never interesting.
No. So yeah, I don't really have any resolutions. Like, there's things I want to do, but I always want to do, like, things. Like I said,
Right.
I want to go, like, axe throwing. I think that would be fun. Like, hatchet throwing. They have, like, places where you can do that.
Now, is it at someone?
Ooh, I have to start at a board. And then
Okay.
I'll be like, stand
So once
there.
your aim is good.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, let's see. Put an apple on your
And when did that become a thing?
hatchet throwing?
Throwing hatchets in a bar.
I don't know. Well, they have places that are, like, specifically for it. Like, there's, like, escape rooms or, like, knife throwing or
Is that how you get out?
Yeah, you
In
have
the
to...
escape room, you throw hatchets.
Yep. Well, I said I also...
Until everyone is dead, and
Yep.
then they let you out.
It's fine. I would win. I want to throw hatchets. I also want to throw knives. I think that'd be fun. Because I was telling my friend, I was like, why? I don't need a firearm. If I could just have, like, a set of throwing knives next to my bed, I would kill any intruder, girl. I'd be cut up. You know what I'm saying?
I would probably kill myself.
Probably.
I would go to throw it, and I would just stab myself or cut
Yep.
my hand off or something. You know,
Yep.
so we're gonna keep that away from me.
Okay.
And throwing a hatchet, I would be aiming for the board straight ahead of me, and
And
it would go behind me and kill the person behind me.
Yep, it sure would. I know. So we should do it.
I am throwing no hatchets. I will stick to just throwing shade.
Oh, okay.
I'm good at that.
Maybe you should, like...
And I've never killed anyone doing it.
Broaden
that I know
your
of.
horizons.
That I know of. I don't want to broaden my horizons. Why would I do that?
You already are a broad.
I know.
Broad-ass bitch. Oh!
Wow. Wow. Some people are
I
hateful.
know.
And then there's you. So, super hateful.
Yeah, the worst. Yeah, what else? Oh, okay.
What are we looking forward to in 2023? I have a list of movies that I want to... But
Oh.
do you have anything specific other than graduating?
Honestly, the only thing that because I don't really do anything else. I don't really look forward to, I mean, I don't, yes, there's things I want to do, like I said, but I'm not like, it's not like a resolution or anything. I'm just like looking forward to it. But graduating is literally number one. That's
Yeah.
like all I can think about because I have 10 months. I'm so tired.
I get that.
You know?
Yeah. So I want to talk about the movies.
Yeah.
Some of them, as I was looking up what movies are coming out in 2023, because I knew there was a list of movies that I can't wait to see. But then I found out there was movies I didn't even know were happening.
Okay.
And I was like, so the first one is Wonka.
Ooh.
And it is the Willy Wonka backstory, like how he met the Oompa Loompas, which, by the way, is covered in the book.
Yep.
If you read the book.
Yep.
It's also in the first movie, but it's brief.
Well,
You know.
Well, the one with
Not-
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, not the first movie. I'm sorry. But the one that follows the book. The Johnny Depp movie.
Yep. Okay.
Which, by the way, I thought he was brilliant. And here's something I'm willing to fight anybody about. Because everybody's like, you know, they'll be like, oh, but the original was so much better. And it was like, well, it was cute. It's a fun movie, but
It's
it doesn't
just
follow the book at all.
No, it's just nostalgic for you.
Yeah, it
That's
is absolutely.
it.
You know, but Timothy Chalamet
Okay.
plays a young Willy Wonka. And isn't he
Okay.
adorable?
He is just super fucking adorable.
He's super adorable. And, of course, Little Mermaid.
Oh.
You know, which I've been looking forward to for 3 years now.
Yep.
As soon as they announced it 3 years ago, I was like, oh, I cannot wait. Because I love, as you know, I love, like you,
Yep.
love The Little Mermaid. I love the fact that The Little Mermaid is going to be the gorgeous and talented Halle Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Ursula is going to be Melissa McCarthy.
I'm about it. I can nail
So
it.
I know she can sing. Because on one of Barbra Streisand's albums, she did a duet with her.
Okay.
And I was like, I didn't know she sang, and now I know she sings.
Yeah, I love that.
But love Melissa McCarthy. She's also hilarious.
Uh-huh.
But
Yes.
she's also, I've seen her in some movies where she plays serious, and she's phenomenal.
I adore her. I
Yeah.
think she's amazing, to be honest.
What else? Oh, this is one I'm not looking forward to, but I know my husband's looking forward to, and I know you will be too, is Scream 6.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
But Miss Nev Campbell will not be in it,
Right, so let me explain
and they
something.
moved to New York.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
So, Scream 1, 2, 3, 4 are all set around Sidney Prescott, who is Nev Campbell, and that's the one with Gail Weathers, Courtney Cox,
Yes.
and David Arquette.
Dewey.
And Dewey, yeah.
His
So,
last name Decimal.
Dewey Decimal, and then his Dewey Decimal hyphen system. It's
Okay,
fine.
perfect. Perfect.
Shut up. He, anyway, but so the newest one that came out, Scream, everyone called it Scream 5. It technically is and isn't, right? So it's just kind of like the revamping of Scream. So Jenna Ortega, who just played Wednesday in the Wednesday
Yes.
series, she plays the new, like, Scream Queen. She is the new final girl, essentially. And there's other people who I couldn't even tell you who they are. But But yeah, so the first 4 are all connected. This one, the 5th one that came out, all the original characters were in it, but it's like their farewell, essentially.
Oh, okay.
In the entrance of the newer group. And so
Gotcha.
Scream 6 is like Scream 2 new version, essentially. Cool?
Okay.
Of like the newer group. Yeah.
All right. I will not be seeing it.
Oh, I will be watching it.
Because I stopped at 3. And so 4 through 400 is just going to have to do without me.
The Scream franchise is one of my favorite fucking franchises. I think it's silly and campy and stupid, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
And my favorite one is when they're in LA and they're filming the Stab movie.
Yes.
And Parker Posey plays Gail Weathers, which is Courtney Cox. And Parker Posey's role in the entire fucking film is a chaotic little, like, I don't know, she's manic the entire time. She's just trying to be Gail Weathers, and it fucking kills me because she is Parker Posey playing Courtney Cox. And
well, I love Parker Posey, first
same.
of all. The first thing that I really kind of fell in love with Parker Posey was in Best in Show.
Yes.
She
Yes.
was stupid
Neurotic.
and neurotic and crazy, and I loved her.
Agreed.
Because she's hilarious.
Yep.
The Exorcist. So what it is it's not like a sequel.
Okay.
But it kind of is. So much like the Scream franchise,
Okay.
as you just explained.
Yeah.
Is kind of a rebooting of an old thing. So the only reoccurring character will be Ellen Burstyn, who played the mom, Chris McNeil.
Okay.
So this man finds out that his son is possessed.
Okay.
And I want to say it's Leslie Odom Jr.
Okay.
is the man. Finds out his son is possessed, so he goes in search of someone who has experiences, who has happened to get comfort and guidance and whatever, and finds Chris McNeil.
Right.
But it starts a whole new series of this. So there's supposed to be 3 of them.
Okay.
All with this cast and whatever.
Okay.
But Ellen Burstyn will only be in the first one to kind of hand over the reins, much like they did with the Scream franchise.
Yeah.
And the way you explained that was very helpful, because I knew that they had done more and that it was sequel-ish, but really new and all of the things. So this is the same idea.
Yes.
Okay, one I'm not looking forward to, but I'm looking forward to making fun of, is Indiana Jones finds treasure in the old folks' home.
Yep.
I mean, he's 80 years old.
Yeah. Yep.
Can we just start with that? Who wants to see an adventure star at 80?
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Bitch, your destiny is to be in bed. Hospice, lay the fuck down.
Indiana Jones and the broken hip.
Girl.
I mean, come on. He does any of those stunts, he's going to break a hip.
Yep.
Unless he's been taking his Boniva.
And then, girl, he could run a marathon. He could fall down a flight of stairs.
I'm sorry, he's so old.
Yeah.
And I have nothing against older actors doing... But come on.
But Indiana Jones, fool... If you're going to be old, do a show like Grace and Frankie, Harrison Ford. What the fuck are you doing? Running around with a whip acting like you're a hot star? Shut the fuck up.
I know.
Lay down, sir. Take
I
your
know.
arthritis medication. Are there do you have more movies? Because I'm
I
also
have more. What do you got? What you got?
I'm just looking at this list, and there's so many I don't care about. But
there's a shit ton I don't care about.
Right. So any of the ones like Ant-Man and the Wasp, any of the Marvel movies, because it's part of the MCU,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see. But like Creed 3, which is like a boxing movie with...
Right. I haven't seen Creed 1 or 2.
Me either. Shazam, which is a new...
Did you see the first one?
Yes.
It was super cute.
So fucking cute. So I'm excited for the second
And I
one.
love that all of his friends also became superheroes.
Yes.
So he was, all sharing the power.
Yep.
Love that.
Some of these I don't care about. Okay, here's what I'm annoyed about. Super Mario Brothers. And here's why. Fucking Chris Pratt. Chris fucking stupid Pratt is going to play Mario because we need some right-wing fucking super hardcore Christian Republican.
What?
Yeah, he's playing Mario.
Isn't he the guy that plays the human in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes. He's also...
He's a right-winger?
Yeah, and here's the thing. Let's sidebar for a second. He was married to Anna Faris.
Yes, I knew that.
Anna Faris is silly and goofy and a funny girl.
Yes.
They broke up for whatever reasons. He is now with a Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
I don't know, who cares. But he is He is very religious. He is Republican.
Ugh.
He goes to a church that is like okay with conversion therapy, essentially. Like
Oh.
he's a piece of shit. Yeah. So, and if you look up anything about Chris Pratt, mostly the world and the internet hate him now. But they keep he's the lead in all the new Jurassic World movies.
Yes.
You know, so he's been in everything. And he's been in one role that I adored, and that's when he was in Parks and Rec for however many years, and he played Andy Dwyer. He was a silly, doofy, goofy boy, and I loved it. But Chris Pratt annoys the shit out of me. And there's things he won't do, like he won't kiss people in movies because, like, it's again because he's too religious and he's married and he's taken vows, and I'm like,
Reminds me of the one Baldwin brother,
Steven?
who did the same thing. He married China Phillips.
I don't know.
From Wilson Phillips.
Yeah.
Right, but he also became super duper religious.
Yeah, so Steven.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So super. I'm excited because I love Charlie Day, who's going to play Luigi. He is in the show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I love Charlie Day. And then Anna Taylor-Joy is going to play Princess Peach, which I think is perfect. But Chris fucking Pratt, he's so gross.
Okay.
But again, Guardians of the Galaxy, Little Mermaid.
Here's the one I'm looking the most forward to of the entire year.
Okay.
Is the musical version of
Color Purple.
Color Purple.
Yes, girl.
Color Purple. I saw, of course. So I read the book when it first came out.
Sure.
And it's brilliant. And if you haven't read it, please do yourself a favor and read the book. It's amazing. Alice Walker. Now, I will say, when I first started reading, now I was very young. I'm in my early 20s when I read this. And it is written in the way that Seeley speaks.
Oh, okay.
So, Southern, uneducated.
Yep.
So it took me, I think, probably 2 chapters to actually hear her voice and be able to go, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
I'm with her. Because I was, like, struggling, not from the South, you know. So some of the things that they said, I was like, what does that even mean? At the time, my roommate was from the South. I could be like, what does this mean? And she's like, oh, that's this, blah, blah, blah.
Normal,
whatever.
yeah.
Well, then I remember when they announced the movie was coming out. It was of the original. And I was excited and thrilled and saw the movie. I've seen it probably 20 times.
Yeah.
And yes, it's heartbreaking.
Oh,
and
it's amazing.
Devastating and beautiful.
But it's so great.
But when I went to New York, the one and only time I've ever been, well, I actually went to Connecticut? Massachusetts. We landed in Connecticut. We drove to East Hampton, Massachusetts to visit friends. But when I found out how close that was to New York City, because geography, not my strong suit, I was like, we have got to go see a Broadway show. So we went to see The Color Purple on Broadway. Gorgeous. So beautiful, so amazing. And it follows the book really, really well. And Fantasia Barrino from American Idol fame was supposed to be playing Seeley.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, when I bought the tickets, I was like, well, she won't be there.
Right.
But I don't even care.
Right.
And when we got there, we're sitting in our seats, and we got there minutes before curtain, just because we had to sit in the will call line and whatever. We get in our seats, we're all excited. Well, I'm all excited. I don't know if my husband's excited.
Right.
But he was overwhelmed from being in New York.
Sure.
But it was the matinee, so 2 o'clock, the show's supposed to start. It's not starting. 2:05, 2:10. I was like, what is happening? And at 2:10, you hear this very tentative voice come over the loudspeaker saying, the part of Miss Seeley today will not be played by Boo! Boo!
Yeah.
And you hear the theater break into boos, and I was like, what on earth? I'm from Portland.
Yeah.
People in Portland don't boo.
We're not going to do that.
No, we'll bitch
Yeah.
and we'll grumble and do nothing about it. These people got up and left. They demanded their money back. So a shit ton of people got up and left.
Holy
So that
shit.
delayed the start even further. And all I can think of, literally all I can think of, is the actress in the dressing room getting ready, hearing the boo. And, you know, it's like going, oh, God.
How upsetting.
Now I have to go out and play this part. They don't want to see me.
No.
And you know, it's like understudies. I don't think if you're going to see a specific star, no one's ever excited that it's the understudy. She was phenomenal.
Of course
and
she
the
was.
lady who sat next to us, who by the way was seated up in the balcony, but when everybody moved, she was like, "I'm moving closer because
Hell
ain't nobody
yeah.
in the seat now."
Yeah.
She said that she had seen it with Fantasia and with the understudy, and she said the understudy was actually better. And
Wow.
and the understudy got standing ovation
Love
because
it.
she was phenomenal. Well, when I saw the cast, I was like, oh my god, yes. So it's Halle Bailey again.
Oh my god.
Taraji P. Henson.
Yeah.
Danielle Brooks, from Orange is the New Black.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And Fantasia Barrino.
What does she play?
She was...
Tasty.
I knew she had some name that was like, had something to do with food.
Food, yeah.
And her.
Oh.
So... I'm super excited to see this.
Yeah.
I only named the women in it because the men, well, who cares?
Because men.
They're not as important. They just aren't.
No.
But it is one of my absolute favorites of all time. And so I can't wait to see the music, because the music from it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Written by Quincy Jones. It's produced by Oprah Winfrey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how could it not be amazing?
I'm not mad about it.
And Danielle Brooks, by the way, I didn't know she could sing when I saw her on Orange, because of course she doesn't sing on Orange.
Yeah.
Amazing singer. She also played the role on Broadway, as did Fantasia.
Okay.
One of the other movies that I imagine is going to be dumb, but I want to see it anyway, is The Haunted Mansion. Because, they did the terrible one with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And it was garbage. But they're doing another one that's supposed to be more serious.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
But two of the people in it, I was like, I remember reading who the lead person was. I think it's Owen Wilson.
Shit. Okay.
Who I don't care about. But Tiffany Haddish is in it. Who
Okay.
I would see her in anything. I don't care. I love Tiffany
No,
Haddish.
agreed. Yep.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. So Jamie Lee Curtis, okay.
I'm
I'll go
about
see
it.
because I love Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
She's awesome. Fantastic. Another movie that's coming out that I am excited about? No. Excited about making fun of? Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's Renfield, who, was Dracula's right-hand man.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and it's apparently a comedy.
Interesting.
But Dracula's played by Nicolas Cage. And Nicolas Cage...
I need you to know how much I love that. I want you to know that
Wait till you see his makeup. He looks ridiculous.
Okay, but I love Nicolas Cage. I think Nicolas Cage is great. I think he's campy and stupid. I think so many of his roles are silly, but I love Nicolas Cage.
Have you seen there's a couple movies where he plays himself?
There's one of the new ones. It came out not that long ago. Whereas like a star, or this guy really likes him. Yeah, I didn't watch that though, but I love Nicolas Cage.
But see, now I'm hot and cold about Nick Cage.
Sure.
I love the movie Alcatraz.
Okay.
Is it a great movie? No, but it's very fun. It's an action adventure. Him and Sean Connery, who was also, by the way, a douchebag.
Wasn't it called The Rock?
Yeah. What did you say?
You called it Alcatraz.
Oh, it was called The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
But one of the lines that I love to say randomly is actually from one of his movies. I think it's from Raising Arizona.
Okay.
Which, by the way, is a hilarious movie.
Right.
Him and Holly Hunter, hilarious. They like rob a bank to get money because they have this kid, whatever.
Right.
But at one point, someone says, 2 wrongs do not make a right. And he goes, no, but three rights make a left. So I will just randomly say to people, 2 wrongs do not make a right.
Yep.
3 rights makes a
They
left.
sure fucking
And
do.
if you think about it, it is true.
Mm-hmm.
But it's,
That makes me think of a story where we're going to go see your husband's mother one time, and you're all, turn right, turn right, turn right. We're just going to go in a circle, bitch.
well, technically we went in a square.
Oh, okay, sorry. Shapes are hard. Maybe
Shapes
next week
are
I'll learn
hard.
colors.
I know. It is tough.
Wait, do you know what I'm excited for?
What?
I'm excited for the Barbie movie.
Oh, wait. I didn't tell you who was in Renfield.
I don't care about that.
You do. Because it's Aquafina.
Oh my god. So it's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be silly goofy.
Right. Have you watched The Great? About Catherine the Great? The actor who plays her husband and who is the Tsar of Russia, he plays Renfield.
Okay.
To Nicolas Cage's Dracula.
I'm so excited.
It should be interesting.
Silly.
So, okay, what were you...
The Barbie
The Barbie movie.
That I'm excited because I love Barbie, but also I love Margot Robbie.
I love Margot Robbie. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I would, everything I've ever seen her in, she's phenomenal.
Well, and this is what I'll say. Everything I've ever seen her in, she is so great. And then when she played Harley Quinn, she did, like, all of her own stunts. She, like, there's a scene where she has to, like, hold her breath, and she learned to do all that. She learned a bunch of shit to play this, like, insane, manic, crazy person, and she did amazing. And so I'm really excited to see Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. And Greta Gerwig's directing it, which I didn't realize. But
Oh.
yeah, but I'm excited because live action Barbie, how cute. I need you to know something. I know we're getting back to movies. Growing up, there were things that I really wanted. You know, when I was a kid, like, oh my god, if they made a movie like this, I'd be so into it. And like one of them, because I was a little nerdy kid, I like had like Pokemon cards and like Pokemon. And then, you know, there was like cartoons and animation. But then they came out with Detective Pikachu. Girl,
Yeah,
I lost my
yeah.
full ass mind. I was like, you know, 10 years old again. Like, this is all I've ever wanted.
So I'm guessing you've seen Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, I adore it. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it more than once. But Barbie too, right? Like, of course, there was like animated Barbie movies that I hated, but I always wanted a live action Barbie movie, and so
Yeah.
now it's, you know, finally.
I'm going to tell you that my children have watched all of the Barbie animated television series, the ones that are like the really goofy computer animated ones and the actual ones that are normal animation.
Yeah.
But there's one that's, I want to say it's just called Barbie's Dream House, but it's a series of little short cartoons that is Barbie and Ken, and Ken is an idiot.
Okay.
And Barbie is not. Barbie sounds like an idiot, but she's the smart one.
Okay.
And her friend, wait, which friend is it? One of the dark-haired girls is kind of awful, and she's a bitch, and she's jealous of Barbie and whatever.
I love that.
But it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I know they're going to want to see the Barbie movie, and I, for me, the jury's kind of out yet. I do love Margot Robbie. Loved her as Tanya Harding.
Yes.
Oh,
my god.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Love that movie.
Yes.
Well, of course, we live here in the Pacific Northwest, where Tanya Harding is from, you know, and where I've run into her, not literally, but when I worked at Clackamas Town
You
Center.
still have your knees intact?
Barely. My knees are barely intact.
Tanya Harding, god damn
Tanya
it.
Harding got to me. When I worked at Clackamas Town Center, she used to practice there.
Yep.
When they had a skating rink, which is now gone. But yeah, she used to practice there, so I would sometimes see her practicing. And she was a really unpleasant character to be around.
I bet.
Yeah, so, but her mother was thoroughly unpleasant,
Well, they
which
were
they cover in the movie very
Genuinely
nicely.
poor white trash.
I mean,
people.
Allison Janney, brilliant.
Love
as
her.
mother.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine. Here's one thing I think is interesting is being like an athlete like that, or, you know, an Olympic medalist or whatever you are, practicing just, you know, in the middle of a mall where everyone's watching you. Like, how nerve-wracking, you know? Because, like, you're in the middle of practice. Like, you're obviously great, but, like, I would be all, don't fucking watch me. Go away.
Right. Why are you looking at me? Hundreds and hundreds of people in the food court.
You can pay me to watch me.
But it also, there used to be, the way that it was set up, there was the food court around it, but on the lower level, there were risers.
Oh.
So you could get your food from the food court and watch people skate. Like if you were there with your children and they were skating, or whatever. Or if you were there watching Tanya Harding skate.
That's
She
crazy.
usually skated really early in the morning to avoid that.
Yeah.
But there were still people there because there was the people that worked in the mall,
The mall walkers, yep.
which are kind of like day walkers, but
yeah, but not
older.
as cool. There's old. I'm excited for, because I didn't watch, well, I have now, but the OG sci-fi movie Dune.
Oh,
So I watched-
So you watched the newer one
I did.
with Zendaya.
And it's amazing.
Isn't
and
it
it's
also
good.
Timothée Chalamet?
Yes. And so
Isn't he in everything now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the second part is coming out. Oh, and Florence Pugh is in it too. I also think she is adorable.
Oh my god! I just want to hear her talk.
Agreed.
I love her voice.
Agree.
I loved her in Little Women.
I never saw it. I don't believe in it. No, just kidding.
Well, it's her and Saoirse Ronan are
Okay,
the
yep.
two, and Emily Watson.
Okay.
Emma Watson. Excuse
I was
me.
like, Emily.
I made that up. Emma Watson.
I was like,
and I don't remember. I don't know who the fourth sister was. I didn't know her, but Meryl Streep plays
Love it.
their
I knew that.
grandma.
I don't think I've ever seen any Little Women. Do you mean I've never seen any version of Little Women?
And Laura Dern plays their mom.
Ah, I love
So
Laura Dern.
it's a phenomenal cast.
Sounds like
What's
that.
interesting to me is that it's an American story, and 3 of the sisters are played by non-American.
Non-Americans,
Because
yep.
it's 2 British girls and 1 Irish,
Irish.
who all do beautiful American accents.
Love that. Good for
Yeah.
them. Me too. Are there any movies on your list, or did you?
I think that's the end of my movie.
Okay.
The other thing I'm looking forward to is starting this Friday is Drag Race Season 15.
You know, I did see that. I saw that was coming out, and I think one of the queens is a TikTok star.
2 of them, Sugar
Okay.
and Spice.
Yeah. Oh, so they're both on it?
Yeah, they're both on it. Identical twins.
Yep.
I think they're 23.
Okay, yeah.
And they're adorable. And
Yeah.
They are. What I love about them is they are complete airheads, but they're not really. That's their character.
Yep.
But they also are teaching people stuff without people knowing they're being taught, which I love because they talk about gender and the difference between a drag queen and a trans person.
Yeah.
Because people ask them all the time, "Oh, do you want to be girls?" And they're
girls?
like, no, we're drag queens. We
Right.
just want to be boys who dress up and act like idiots and blah blah. And
Yeah.
they're beautiful. Of course, they're also possibly maybe 99 pounds soaking wet,
Roughly.
but they're gorgeous. I'm excited about Sasha Colby.
Oh my
She's
God, yeah.
a freaking legend in the drag world. And I love that when they did her little Meet the Queens, one of the things she said is, "I am your favorite queen's favorite queen."
Yep.
And I was like, yes, ma'am.
Yes, you are.
I mean, she's been a Miss Continental. And if you don't know anything about it, it's a pageant system that's very, very prestigious. And she won. She is the third, I think, Miss Continental winner
Okay.
to be on Drag Race. But there have been several people who've been
Yeah.
contestants. But she won, I think, in 2012.
I'm going to say something really quick. There's a queen that's going to be on it named Marsha.
Oh my God, she's adorable.
I'm dead. That's
Yes,
so funny.
I know because I watched the Meet the Queens. I've watched all of their little things where they're. What was the thing I watched the other day? It was them talking about I think Christmas stuff because they're just trying to promote because they film these things a year in advance. And
Yeah.
they take all that time to edit and do all the other stuff. So these girls, they're so far really removed from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, Marsha, adorable. There's a queen that her name is Selena Estides.
Estides, yeah.
What I love is in her entire Meet the Queens, her volume is at 11
I
the
love
entire
it.
time.
Yeah.
Because she's super high energy. She's very funny, very silly,
I love it.
and very loud. And I can't wait to see her.
It says a fiery, self-described combo of chola street style and campy comedies. Selena is a take no prisoners performer.
I would believe
Great.
that's true. Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
And the 400 other different franchises that will be happening this year. Because this year they've added Brazil,
Okay.
Mexico,
Okay.
and... Wait, what's the other one? There's another one... I'm thinking... God, now I can't even remember. It's being... I think it was Germany?
Really?
But there's another one's going to be hosted by Rita Baga from Canada.
Yeah.
So pretty soon it's going to be all Drag Race all day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. I don't care. I'll watch drag queens all day, every day.
Yeah, I know.
Because I love it.
I've met you once or twice.
Well, and my children want to watch this season because they usually can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
But they want to watch it because they both know who Sugar and Spice are because
From
they're
TikTok.
from TikTok, and they watch them on YouTube Shorts and whatever, and they're
Yeah. That's exciting. I love that because I follow Sugar and Spice on TikTok and I think they're fucking precious.
Yeah. And I love the little videos where they have their pair of heels in the hallway, but they're dressed as boys.
Yeah.
And then they magically jump into
Yeah.
the heels and are full
I
on
love
drag.
it. Full drag, yeah.
Love that. I don't understand how editing works.
I know.
Obviously, you've heard my podcast.
Bitch.
Don't know how editing works.
Girl, you don't know how to pause it. You don't know how to stop recording.
Well,
You did today.
at least
though.
I started, so we've been recording this whole time.
I love that. You haven't messed it up yet.
I haven't messed it up yet. I haven't said anything wrong today. I haven't called myself by the wrong name.
Not yet.
So,
The day's young.
the day is young. Who knows what can happen?
Girl, who you telling?
The year is young.
I know.
Because today is the 3rd?
How much longer is this? Oh my god, we're
done.
close. We're close.
We're done.
Okay, but I have
The 4th. Today's the 4th.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Merry New Year. One of my this is a stupid little story, but I grew up very trashy, right? Like where I grew up was very poor white trash.
I know I was there.
Yeah, I saw it. But I remember this one New Year's Eve, and this isn't like a great story, but I had a scar on my lip for a long time because of it. But I was with my biological father and my stepmother, and we're at their friend's house who I couldn't stand, and they had little kids who I hated. But they all, this is like in the 90s.
Is the moral of the story how much you hated everyone?
Yeah, mostly. But, adults smoked everywhere, like in their house.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
And so it was New Year's Eve, and they would let us drink, like, a little bit of, like, sweet Arbor Mist wine, because it was New Year's and whatever. And so, like, I had this little, like, Dixie cup, and woman, their friend is smoking with a cigarette between her fingers and her hands on the wall. And she's, like, looking out the window, and I walk up to see what she's looking at, and I don't see it, because it's, like, darker inside. We're watching fireworks or whatever, right? So I don't see that it's there, and I walk directly into her cigarette.
God.
And burned my upper lip, and then there was, like, this, it looked like someone just put their cigarette out on my fucking lip.
Because they did.
Yeah, I was, like...
So you looked like you had herpes.
Yeah, I was like, abuse? Does no one see that they put cigarettes out on me? Like, hello? But yeah, I remember being like, no, I'm fine. I went to the bathroom, and it's all swollen and fucking red, and then scabbed on my lip, and I was like, what a nightmare.
That sounds like the worst New Year's ever.
Thank God I wasn't so vain yet. I was like 10, maybe.
Right. So you were drunk.
Yeah, I was wasted.
And looked like you had herpes.
Got in a bar fight.
Yeah.
With a grown woman, it's fine. Yep.
Well, you know what? That's going to take us to the end of our little
show.
I
love it. So, happy story to end the time with us. You're welcome.
So, if you wanted to end on a happy note, sorry. We ended with Annika having herpes.
Yeah, it's okay.
Cigarette burn herpes.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, I don't have it still.
That is true. And now you just have scars from where you had piercings that you decided you didn't want to wear anymore.
Well, I had a lot of piercings in my face. I had to get rid of some of them.
Well, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't get through the metal detector at the airport.
No. And let me tell you a horror story. Because I had my Monroe, which is on your top lip, and I had snake bites, which are both on your bottom. One time I was at a party, and my friend Brian, Queen Brian, decided to throw an Afghan at me. And guess what? An Afghan has holes in it.
Your face.
And so not only did it hit my face, it dragged me fucking to the ground, or it was going to rip out my piercings. So, yeah, I was like, these are real dumb, because I need to keep my lips intact.
Oh, well... Damn you, Queen Brian.
Bitch. I know. But anyway.
I'm going to say, as I get ready to close, I can't think of Queen Brian without thinking of the words that he hates. And
moist chunks and residue?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I just sometimes want to randomly just find him on the interwebs and just send him those words.
Just those words, and he'll be like, what the fuck, Aunt Buster?
I remember one time I had you text it to him, and he was like, why would you do that?
I know, because
we're bitches.
Told to. What do you mean? I only do what I'm told.
That's right. I'm very well behaved, you know.
Yep. Barely.
In the upside
ever.
Down, maybe.
Yeah, right, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm behaved to health standards.
Oh, there you go.
I'm winning.
Winning.
Anyway, finish us that, bitch.
All right. So if you would like to send us any messages, do that at itwouldseemasThough@gmail.com and download your favorite podcasting app because we're on all of them.
All of them.
All of them. I mean, there might be one or two weird ones we're not on. We're on the major ones. So do that.
Yeah.
And subscribe, and if you do that, you will just get our show automatically every week.
Love it.
You can listen to us also on Alexa.
Hey.
What are those called?
You're asking
Amazon Dot.
Things.
Echo Dot.
Echo Dot.
But, yeah. So do that. And we'll be back next week. God knows what we'll be talking about.
Girl,
We don't even know. We won't probably know until next Monday or Tuesday.
Absolutely not.
So, there you are.
All right, well, goodbye.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Those are me kissing you. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. I was going to sing.
Oh, my God. Get the fuck out. We'll see you next week.
It would seem as though...